Beneath the serene image of ancient pagan temples lies a darker truth. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of ritual sacrifice at these sacred sites. The stones that channeled divine energy were sometimes stained with blood, revealing a relationship with the gods built on fear as much as reverence. Across Europe, from Danish bogs to Near Eastern hills, human remains have been found in contexts suggesting deliberate ritual killing. These were not random victims, but individuals chosen for sacrifice, sometimes prisoners, criminals, or even willing participants. Imagine a community in crisis, facing famine or plague, turning to the ultimate offering to appease their gods. The act was a brutal transaction, a life for a life, meant to restore balance in a chaotic world. This reality challenges our view of pagan worship as peaceful and nature-centric, revealing something far more primal. Temples were not just observatories or gathering places, they were arenas for life and death decisions, the interface between mortals and the divine. As we explore these sites, we must remember the immense pressures our ancestors faced and the lengths they went to control their destiny. The legacy of these sacrifices lingers in the stones, a chilling reminder of the ancient struggle to survive and find meaning. Ancient pagan temples took many forms, shaped by their environment and beliefs. In Neolithic Britain, sites like Stonehenge were vast, open-air arenas, their stones aligned with the cosmos to mark the sun and moon. These structures inspired awe, reminding all who entered of the god's power and the community's unity. In Mesopotamia, ziggurats rose as artificial mountains, connecting earth and sky for rituals performed by priests. In Germania, sacred groves replaced buildings. The divine was found in nature itself. Materials varied, stone in treeless lands like Malta, wood in dense forests, each leaving different archaeological traces. Temples were more than places of worship. They were centers of political power, economic exchange, and social gathering. The Gantia complex in Malta, older than the pyramids, shows the sophistication of these early builders. Even when the structures have vanished, their ghostly blueprints remain, hinting at the sacred spaces that once shaped entire communities. The temple was the heart of the ancient world, where the sacred and the everyday met in a dance of awe and danger. These spaces remind us how architecture and ritual intertwined to forge identity and belief. Göbekli Tepe in Turkey, dating to 9600 BC, shattered our understanding of early religion. Massive T-shaped pillars, carved with animals, form circles atop a hill, built not by farmers, but by hunter-gatherers. There's no sign of domestic life here. This was a place for ritual, not residence. Its discovery overturned the old theory that temples followed agriculture. Here, shared belief may have sparked settled society. Imagine nomadic bands uniting to build this monumental site, pooling labor for a sacred purpose. The carvings, foxes, snakes, vultures, hint at rituals focused on wild nature and perhaps complex funerary rites. Some believe the site was used for excarnation, where vultures consumed the dead before burial. Göbekli Tepe suggests the desire to worship together drove humans to new forms of community. The temple came before the town, making spirituality the foundation of civilization. Its mysteries endure, a silent testament to the deep roots of human faith. Each stone challenges us to rethink the origins of society and belief. Göbekli Tepe stands as the world's oldest known temple, rewriting the story of our spiritual beginnings. The shift from hunter-gatherer to farmer brought stability, but also new fears. Farmers were tied to their land, vulnerable to drought, flood, and disease, forces beyond their control. This anxiety fueled the rise of temples and rituals, as people sought to influence unpredictable events. The gods of the Neolithic were powerful and capricious, demanding offerings to secure favor or avert disaster. Temples became negotiation points with the divine, where rituals aimed to ensure the sun's return and the crop's survival. Structures like Newgrange, aligned with the solstice sunrise, reassured communities that the cycle of seasons would hold. Gathering in darkness to witness a single beam of light was a ritual against the fear of winter's endless night. Pagan faith was less about love than about bargaining with forces that could destroy or sustain. Offerings, from pottery to human lives, were payments in a desperate transaction. The temple was a fortress against chaos, built to hold back the uncertainties of the ancient world. In these sacred spaces, fear and faith were inseparable. In Brittany, the Karnak alignment stretched for kilometers, over 3,000 stones arranged in mysterious rows. Erected by Neolithic farmers, their purpose remains debated, but one theory stands out. They formed a grand processional way, linked to nearby burial mounds. The stones, graded by height, may have guided ritual journeys, seasonal or funerary, connecting the living with the spirits of the dead. Walking these avenues was likely a powerful experience, separating participants from the ordinary world. The ancestors were ever present, their spirits believed to influence the fortunes of the living. The stones may have symbolized these ancestors, a petrified army guarding the land. Archaeological finds, pottery, tools, and offerings support the site's ritual significance. Karnak's silent stones remind us that, for our ancestors, the boundary between worlds was thin, and the dead walked among the living. The discovery of the Tolland man in a Danish bog revealed the chilling reality of Iron Age ritual sacrifice. Perfectly preserved, he had been hanged and carefully placed in the bog, an offering to the gods. Bogs were liminal spaces, seen as gateways to the supernatural, making them ideal for such sacrifices. The Tolland man's serene expression and lack of struggle suggest a ritualized, perhaps even accepted death. His last meal was simple, his burial deliberate, a human life given to appease deities controlling fate and fertility. Hundreds of bog bodies across northern Europe confirm that human sacrifice was a real part of ancient belief, not just legend. These discoveries transformed our understanding of Iron Age religion, providing physical evidence for practices once dismissed as myth. The Tolland man's face, frozen in time, speaks to the terrifying demands of ancient faith. Was he a captive, a criminal, or a willing sacrifice? We may never know, but his story endures, a haunting testament to the power and peril of belief. As Rome expanded, it absorbed and reinterpreted local pagan religions, often equating native gods with Roman ones. While some rituals horrified them, like alleged Celtic human sacrifices, Romans also embraced new cults, such as Mithraism. The cult of Mithras, popular among soldiers, featured secretive, underground temples called Mithraea. These spaces replicated the cave where Mithras was said to have slain a sacred bull, a central myth depicted in every temple. The Tauroctony relief, rich in astrological symbolism, represented cosmic order and rebirth. Rituals were secret, open only to male initiates who advanced through 7 grades, each with its own ordeal. The exclusivity fostered a strong brotherhood, offering personal salvation and belonging in the vast empire. The London Mithraeum, rediscovered in the 1950s, lets us glimpse these mysterious rites, flickering lamplight, chanting, and shared meals. Mithraic temples were models of the cosmos, blending Eastern and Western traditions. Roman religious life was a tapestry of borrowed and adapted beliefs, reflecting the empire's diversity. The legacy of these cults endures, shaping how we understand ancient faith and community. The world of pagan temples and sacrifice may seem distant, but its echoes remain all around us. Many modern holidays, Christmas, Easter, draw on ancient pagan festivals, celebrating the cycles of sun and fertility. The architecture of churches, oriented to the east and filled with colored light, mirrors Neolithic temples like Newgrange. Our need for ritual and awe persists, whether in sacred spaces or secular arenas. Think of concerts or sports events, modern temples where thousands gather for shared, transcendent experiences. The impulse to create sacred space and community is as strong today as it was millennia ago. Ancient traditions have been transformed, not erased, shaping our search for meaning. The human heart still seeks ritual, connection, and moments of wonder. The story of pagan temples is a journey into the soul of humanity, marked by ingenuity, fear, and spiritual hunger. These sites reveal both the brilliance and brutality of our ancestors, where awe and sacrifice coexisted. Each new discovery, like Göbekli Tepe or the Tolland man, reshapes our understanding of the past. Modern technology uncovers hidden histories, showing us who built these temples and why. Exploring these places forces us to ask, why do we build? Why do we believe? Pagan temples are mirrors, reflecting our deepest hopes and fears across time. Their chilling truths are not just curiosities, they are part of our shared story. By digging into the past, we learn about ourselves as much as those who came before. The quest for understanding is endless, and the next chapter may be unearthed tomorrow.